Yo, it's Dilla, man. Welcome to Dilla's room. Yeah, and today I just want to break down M.O.S series. You know what I'm saying? Which was a great series for me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like all y'all would love to know about that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, something real good, something real dope. You know what I'm saying? Greatest all time. You know what I'm saying? It's Dilla, man. So at the end of the day, here we go. We gonna start out. You know, breaking down the M.O.S series, you know what I'm saying, and what this is really about, what this means. So I'm gonna just get on here and really start a little bit different though, you know what I'm saying. I usually get on here with the current events, celebrity gossip, me and my wife doing the Suki Dilla show, but here in Dilla's room it's different vibes, you know what I'm saying. We just relaxing and shit. And once again, I just want to thank y'all, you know what I'm saying, because I ain't really putting out videos, you know what I'm saying. I know y'all want to probably chill with Dilla's room and Dilla's room, really see what's going on, but trust me, the videos will be coming real soon for the Suki Dilla show, and for the Dilla's room as well. You know what I'm saying? But this is really more for the podcast type of shit. So I'm proud that we finally made it to iTunes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we finally made it to iTunes, and we finally about to go on Spotify, iHeartRadio, so y'all be able to find us on all these major platforms, and I'll be teaching y'all how to get on these major platforms when y'all want to do these podcasts. You know what I'm saying? I'll be definitely here for y'all to do that. So if anybody that needs some tips on how to get on these major platforms and how to start a podcast, how to get the RSS feed running and going, holla at your boy Dilla, man. Come straight to Dilla's room, you know what I'm saying? We're going to show y'all how we going to get down, you know what I'm saying? For real talk, you know what I'm saying? But this is M.O.S series breakdown, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Clap it up. Basically, what happens here is this is the first time Dilla ever really made a first mixtape, you know what I'm saying? The breakdown of the story is deep though, you know what I mean? It's just not about music and shit like that. I'll get on here and probably play some songs, or maybe if y'all watch the YouTube vlog of it, y'all could probably see me throw up, some show y'all the soundtracks and throw certain shit, you know what I'm saying? Maybe the music, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but as far as Dilla's Room and iTunes podcast, you know what I'm saying, I probably play my songs on there too as well, you know what I'm saying. It'll be a lot more explicit, and I'm not gonna hold you, you know what I'm saying. A lot of this shit that y'all hearing on iTunes is definitely not on YouTube, you know what I mean, at all, and a lot of shit is cut on YouTube. A lot of shit is cut on YouTube. So if y'all want to hear some real, the real conversation between me and Suki and shit like that, and podcasts that wasn't really cut and shit like that, y'all come to iTunes, you know what I'm saying. Go to Audio Mac, you know what I mean. Go to SoundCloud, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Podcast, Google Play, you know what I'm saying. If you're for the Android users, you know what I'm saying, Google Play, we out there too. So wherever Google Play Store, wherever you want to go, you know what I'm saying. You don't always have to specifically, you know what I'm saying, come to YouTube for exclusive content, you know what I'm saying. I feel like the exclusive content is going to be on iTunes and Audio Mac, like, you know what I mean. Audio Mac number one, you know what I'm saying. Audio Mac got it number one. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to YouTube, Audio Mac, shout out to iTunes, and shout out to Spotify, shout out to Our Heart, you know what I'm saying, for definitely putting us on the platform and definitely putting this out there, you know what I'm saying. Big clap it up for y'all. Yeah, come on with these late breaks. Yeah, I don't like these late breaks is doing. Tech is real weird and shit. But anyway, the breakdown, story time, music, you know what I'm saying. I'm not gonna play the music here really too much, or I don't know, but just breaking down M.O.S, you know what I'm saying. The series, I got 3 of them, you know what I'm saying. For y'all don't know, Dilla Hans is the rapper, Dilla is the rapper, you know what I'm saying. Hans is the singer, Dilla rapper, you know what I'm saying. So when I first started doing music, my name was Dilla, and M.O.S, the first series was very special and very important. It's like it was a gateway to open. And to be honest with you, that wasn't actually the first mix I've ever made. The first mix I ever made actually was called Dilla Hans. It was my name, so I just called Dilla Hans mix, or Dilla Hans mixtape. You know what I mean? Well, I did the Drake. I did the Marvin's Room over. I did some shit called El Bass Scratch. You can probably find it on YouTube if you go check that. I did a lot of shit, you know what I mean, that got deleted, erased, or somebody else's computer and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? I did a lot of work on a lot of different laptops, a lot of different studios and shit like that growing up around the age of 15, 16, 17, 18. I was doing a lot of different music all over the place, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't really like grinded down to actual bodies of work, you know what I'm saying? You know, even though I did figure out a way to come up with the mixtapes, by then it was like too late, you know what I'm saying? It was like the top of 2014, top of 2015, you know what I mean, 2016. I'm like, well, I got some songs. Let me just call it a Dilla mixtape. You know, if I got my first tablet, I was able to make my first photo for the M.O.S. You know what I'm saying? The photos for this, that. I was taking pictures and shit like that for the Dilla House mixtape and for the M.O.S. You know what I'm saying? Because I figured it out as I was in college. You know what I'm saying? And M.O.S. stands for mind over sight, you know what I'm saying? And this is very important, you know what I'm saying? This is why I'm breaking down this mixtape, this series to people, because I want people to not only just see that, artists got musical content, lyrical words, shit like that. I want to break down the story behind why I name mixtapes and why I name songs the way I named them, and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? And pretty much when I made the Mind Over Sight mixtape, you know what I'm saying, it was all the idea and or the illusion that we are tricked when we're using our eyes, you know what I'm saying? So I figured that my mind is really was seeing things, you know what I'm saying? If I was a blind man, which I don't want to be a blind man, I'm glad God blessed me with the eyeballs that I have and the stuff like that. But you know just understanding that your eyes can deceive you, because as an artist or as an artiste or as a musician, whatever you want to call yourself, you're all an artist. But you make a picture, you create a trick, a magic illusion for people to feel good or the people to look at it, whether it's real or not. You know what I'm saying? Something about what you're creating turns into a format of art. So you always somehow still creating an illusion of something, you know what I mean? Because maybe that's not who you are no more at that time, you know what I'm saying? You maybe moved on from that past life, you know what I'm saying? But this image always will be around long after you're gone, you know what I'm saying? Or this music or this whatever you putting out is going to be there long after you're gone. So whether this was you or not, the art image that you put out, people are seeing that, you know what I mean? This is why I named the mixtape Mind Over Sight, because I don't want you to just see, you know what I'm saying, it's something and believe it. I want you to feel it in your brain, in your soul, you know what I'm saying? That's why, and I want people to understand that, you can't just believe everything that you see and hear, you know what I'm saying? You have to know, and knowing is important. Knowing is the big thing, you know what I'm saying? Because you can see something, you can hear bullshit, you can see bullshit, you know what I mean? And it won't really mean nothing. It won't really, you know what I mean, hit the soul, as well as knowing if it's true facts, you know what I'm saying? That this is not really been something fabricated or opinionated. That this is an actual fact, you know what I'm saying? That if you fucking don't know how to swim and you go in the water, you're gonna drown, you know what I'm saying? This is an actual fact, you know what I'm saying? That you might fucking drown if you don't know how to swim, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Mind Over Sight helped me understand something at an early age, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause when I was coming to the mixtape, I was probably like 18, 19 when I finally settled down and had bought my own studio, you know what I'm saying? That's a whole story within itself. We're not gonna get there. But as far as the M.O.S. Mind Over Sight, it's very important to know that, this was me really rapping, you know what I'm saying? This was me really giving, like, writing a whole project, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is figuring out how to formulate a project and put bodies of work together, you know what I'm saying? Not just creating a song anymore, but creating a whole story now, creating a whole life, you know what I mean? Like something. And that's how I felt making the M.O.S. tape, you know what I mean? It was something that I was like sitting down on, writing songs after songs, writing songs in school, writing songs in the bus, writing songs while I'm asleep, just writing songs, constantly writing songs, you know what I mean? While I'm in trouble with school or whatever I'm doing, I'm writing songs, and on my phone, writing songs, and my sidekick, back then, sidekicks and Blackberries, I'm writing songs and shit. So I'm able to put a lot of these songs out, you know what I'm saying, when I get my own shit, around, 2012, 2011, 2012, 2011, I got my own studio, you know what I'm saying? So I was able to put out my own work, my own body of work around this time, you know what I'm saying? While I was putting out, the M.O.S, you know what I'm saying? And before that, I was using Resi Mallet laptop. If y'all know who Resi Mallet is, you know what I'm saying? That was somebody that was down with the Also 7, a late great member of the Also 7, you know what I'm saying? No longer down with the squad, but, you know what I'm saying? Kudos, and hopefully he's doing great in his ventures, endeavors. Pretty sure he is. But, um, I was using his laptop to make all my music, like all the SOS, like all the M.O.S features, everything that you can imagine, all the Dilla songs. It was just coming out his laptop. I kept his laptop for days, for weeks, you know what I'm saying, and made my shit. And then when I had to give it back, I realized I had to get my own shit, you know what I'm saying. So it was like top of 2012, I want to say, bottom of 2011. Finally got my own mixtape. I mean, my own laptop, so I'm creating my mixtape mind over site. You know what I mean? While I'm going to school, and I'm learning things in school. You know what I'm saying? This is why I'm naming the mixtape mind over site, cause I know I'm starting to realize that the people around me, the shit that I'm seeing them doing, that's not what I know them for. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, like you could say, like for instance, I have friends, old friends, they're no longer my friends no more, because my mind is over my sight, and I seen things that they were doing, but it didn't add up to what I knew about them. You know what I'm saying? It didn't add up to the facts that you are who you are. You know what I'm saying? So the shit that I see you doing, and I understand people have to get out here, put on a mask, and put on these things, because this thing we call life, we all put on a mask, and we're not really who we are in the back of the door. You know what I'm saying? But I just couldn't get with that at the time. You know what I'm saying? I was just always me. I didn't know anything about putting on a mask. You know what I'm saying? So I faulted these guys, you know what I'm saying, for coming out here putting on a mask, knowing that we're in a jungle of people who want to attack and kill us. You know what I'm saying? So I just didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't understand, like, why you couldn't be who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you acting like this, but this is not who you are. And this now is making me upset, because I don't want to hang around you no more, because you're doing fraud shit, you know what I'm saying, around certain people, around public eye and shit like that. So, mind over sight was very relevant at that time for me, you know what I'm saying, because I was hanging around friends that was just acting like who was. I was hanging around women that just was, not who other people saw them as, you know what I'm saying. Like, you might see this girl quiet, not making no noise, and you might see me aggressive, crazy, acting wild. You know what I'm saying? This is an 18-year-old, 19-year-old kid acting crazy, acting wild. You know what I'm saying? So you might see that and think, he's being crazy, or he's being abusive, or he's talking too much, or some whatnot with a woman who's like, way older than you, whatever. But besides the point, whatever. But I'm just saying, what the shit that you see is not what it seems. It's not really what you know. You know what I'm saying? You can look at this person and see this person going off, but what you don't really know why this person's going off. They may have a very relevant reason why they going off. Their mother might die, their son might die, their kid, you know what I mean? Something serious where they gotta go off. They lost their job, they house just caught on fire. So you don't know why this person's going off. That's why I say mind over sight, because you can't just judge someone off what a book by its cover. That's what they say. Don't judge by a book by its cover, and it's true. You have to treat everybody and everything with a certain kind of respect, because you don't know what this thing or person can do to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta just be cautious with things and shit in life like that. So mind over sight at 2011, 2012 was very relevant in my life at a 19, 18-year-old kid. You know what I'm saying? Understanding that, we have to put on an image, and the things that we see and are not really who we are. You know what I'm saying? So mind over sight was very relevant and, very unique for someone of my caliber to even come out with such a, perception of life at that age. You know what I'm saying? Seeing things, understanding that shit was not right. Black on black crime, and whites hating blacks, and Mexicans hating blacks. Just everyone against the black man. And I'm a dark skinned guy. You know what I'm saying? Where I go, have people going against me or fearing me. You know what I'm saying? At a crazy degree, where, you know what I'm saying, I'm in situations where I'm getting shot at, or I'm in situations where I'm being accused of this. You know what I'm saying? Even down to this day, 'cause I'm still a young man, but I learned how to move a certain way. You know what I mean? I learned how to move more militant. I learned how to think a little bit more militant. Stay home. You know what I mean? Stay working. Stay around the family. You know what I'm saying? Even though there's always gonna be drama, no matter where you at, no matter where you go, you're gonna fill yourself with drama. But the best drama for you is the drama that just comes to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say, even though that sounds crazy and it kind of like touches my soul when I say that for some reason. You know what I'm saying? The best drama is the drama that comes to you. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like that's relevant to say, especially with a mixtape called Mind Over Sight. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I mean? I'm not out here looking for the drama. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I want to see. That's not in my vision. But knowing something, that come to me and knowing how to defend myself is completely different. You know what I'm saying? It's like I didn't ask for this. I didn't see this coming, but it came. So I'm knowing how to defend myself. I'm knowing how to deal with this, you know what I'm saying, without, you know what I mean, just visually looking at it. You know what I mean? The mind is the physical. The mind is helping you move left to right arm. You know what I'm saying? Your vision is important, but your mind is even more important because it's actually showing you more things. So imagine if you take an LSD and your mind is just blown away about a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? That's all because of your certain pineal gland that opens up in your mind when you take this drug. You get what I'm saying? So whether your eyes are closed or open, you're still feeling and seeing certain things that your mind is making up. Your mind is sending neurotoxins and certain chemical reactions down to your toes. You know what I'm saying? Because of certain things. That's why you should experience LSD. You should definitely experience shrooms. I'm definitely going to put a disclaimer: no, don't do drugs, kids. This is not for kids. Thank God. There's age restriction and there's parental advisory on these things because I don't want kids to get on here and think that they should do LSD, they should do drugs, and they should smoke weed. But doing these drugs will open your mind and help you relax and see life from a different angle, from a spiritual vibe, from a spiritual peace of mind. You know what I'm saying? A spiritual domain. You know what I'm saying? So Mind Over Sight, once again, is a very relevant mixtape. It just brings us I'm not gonna say us, I'm gonna say me. It brought me to a different standard of life, and it was very complex because once again, we're talking about mind over sight. We're talking about you not believing what you see. You know what I'm saying? So that is a very conundrum thing. You know what I'm saying? It's difficult. You know what I mean? To sit there and just negate that you just seen somebody get killed in your face when really it was in your mind. You know what I'm saying? It's all a matrix. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't almost sound crazy to people. I don't want to get all in crazy and shit and all. But this is a spirituality podcast as well, you know what I mean, for society and culture. So, we got some hippiness, we got a lot of hippiness in us and a lot of free will in us as well. So what I'm saying is, it's just hard to just negate what you see, you know what I mean? Because you can see something, like a magic trick, but it might not be, it's a magic trick. If you know how to do the magic trick, you would understand that. You know what I'm saying? Some magic is real. Some witchcraft and wizardry is very real, and is not always magic what you're seeing. Some shit actually, the shit you're seeing is probably what you saw. You know what I'm saying too. But listen, Mind Over Sight was very relevant. You know what I'm saying? The series was very important to me. This is why I'm going here breaking down this series, the Mind Over Sight series, and why I came up with that name. Now, following the songs on the tape was ass, trash, garbage, quality of music. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the lyrics, you know what I'm saying, and the content that I put out was beautiful when I did the M.O.S. That's why I put it out. That's why it's out now, because I feel like the content was still beautiful. Not lyrics. The lyrics were beautiful, but the audio was definitely bad. Trash. It was off. It was just not the right audio. You know what I'm saying? It's my first time, and by the way, I want people to understand that I didn't have an engineer. I was the engineer. I had to learn how to engineer my own tracks. I had to watch other people and learn. And this is the time when YouTube wasn't even popping like that, so you couldn't go on YouTube and just find this type of information. You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn. You know what I'm saying? And I learned by the top of 2013, and I was like like at the end of 2012, I was the best. I felt like vocal engineer. I felt like I found the sound, and I felt M.O.S. series was the perfect mixtape to involve me. You know what I'm saying? It created evolution that I was actually trying to go to. You know what I'm saying? Because I was listening to artists like T-Pain. I was listening to artists like Drake. I was listening to artists like Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? Around '08. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like I could sing and rap too. You know what I mean? I felt like I wanted to be rock. I was listening to Linkin Park. I was listening to Fall Out Boys. I was listening, to Green Day. I just wanted to get into that rock rap shit. You know what I mean? Singing auto tune. I was liking Dirty Vegas shit. You know what I'm saying? I was feeling the punk rock, punk draft boys and shit like that. Like I said, T-Pain. So the auto tune was just beautiful. M.O.S. was not really helping me because it was just keeping me in that boom bap rap era. You know what I'm saying? Just that Noriega shit, that Jay-Z shit. You know what I'm saying? That Biggie Smalls type of shit. I was just wanting to rap. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand Biggie when they threw him on Juicy or they threw him on Big Papa. It was probably like a hard thing for him to really convert. You know what I mean? Thank God the producers are who they are. You know what I'm saying? But for me being a vocal producer and the artist, it was very hard for me to sway a sound. You know what I'm saying? The way I swayed it when I got on the motherfucking Eve. You know what I'm saying? This is why this is the M.O.S. series breakdown included with the Eve. You know what I'm saying? Because the E was very important, the first one, you know what I'm saying? The second, the third one, you know what I'm saying? That's just like futuristic shit, you know what I mean? We ain't gonna talk about that right now. We only talking about the first E in the M.O.S. series and how the E became evolved, you know what I'm saying? And it's very important to talk about the E period and songs like 007, which I'll get into in another podcast, about how I came up with the 007, you know what I'm saying? And the Eves and shit like that, like just the format of how that shit was released, you know what I'm saying? The energy that it was put into these fucking songs, the soul that was put into these songs at the time. So like it was just a track for that time, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, I created timeless music. I created songs that's timeless, you know what I mean? You'll listen to it any time of the year, any time of the day. I got these type of music created from M.O.S. and the Eve, you know what I'm saying? At least one or two tracks on there out that series. And a song from Off the Eve you would listen to is timeless. But a lot of them songs on there, I'm not gonna lie, was for that time, you know what I'm saying? And even for a time, but at that time, it wasn't for that time, if that makes sense. I made it, but it wasn't for that time because people didn't understand the music I was making. I was already making drill music before drill music even came out, you know what I'm saying? In 2013, at the bottom 2012, I was already making drill music, and I had people in my camp when I was doing these type of songs was looking at me like, yo, what are you doing? Like, this shit is not it. You know what I'm saying? And then years later, you know what I'm saying, they come to me like, yo, you was Chief Keef before he was even Chief Keef, bro. Like, you was really doing this shit. And I had people that noticed that shit. Like, yeah, bro, I seen where this wave was going to. I seen where everything was going to. You know what I'm saying? And it was a break for me. It was something that I had to really do. You know what I'm saying? But in the making of M.O.S., you know what I'm saying, serious, I was trying to sway my sound, you know what I mean, to the auto-tune, to the singing stage, you know what I'm saying, because like I said, M.O.S. was always rap. Before that, I was rapping. It was just a rapping game for me, you know what I mean? It was just hard for me, even now, to this day, it's really hard for me to stay away from rapping, you know what I'm saying, because I'm from the Bronx, you know what I mean, Big Pun and shit, you know what I mean, I'm good, I just want to boom, you know what I mean, but I still love the rock and roll, I still love the singing auto-tune. I just feel like it gives you a certain freedom, a certain, massage without actually giving you a massage. It's like a brain massage, like a different wave, you know what I mean? Putting your whole heart and your whole mind at a different frame, in a different time zone, a different place, even though you're here now, but listening to this music will bring you there, you know what I mean? Bring you somewhere else, you know what I mean? So I wanted to create that with melodic melodies and shit like that, you know what I mean? So I understand the rap game is always going to be what it is, the boom bap, but I could see that, people wanted to have fun, not everybody always want to think about every bar, think about everything, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I also knew something too, like, you listen to a track and you'll be like, what the fuck did that person say? You know what I mean? You didn't really hear what that said, but it sounded hot. You know what I mean? You didn't even know what they said, so I also wanted to be that person. You know what I mean? I wanted to be the person that, you listen to his track, you're like, I don't know what the fuck he's saying, but it sound fire. You know what I'm saying? Sound like the waves, the melodic is hot. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the Eve was about. So when I finally accomplished the Eve, thanks to the M.O.S series, that's why it was very important for me, you know what I mean, to talk about the M.O.S series, because the transition it gave me and the power it gave me, you know what I'm saying, it was a struggle. You know what I mean? If you listen to M.O.S, the first one, listen to M.O.S 2, you can hear the struggle, because I was trying, you know, even from the first M.O.S, I thought I knew it, auto-tune was the wave, I knew it, and that's what I wanted to do, but it was hard for me to get on in and do the auto-tune and shit like that. That's why I just kind of rapped through the whole M.O.S, and I didn't know audio, I didn't know how to do the audio, so when you see M.O.S 2, I was kind of on my grind at that point. I knew how to do it, and that's why I performed some of these songs that's on M.O.S 2, like live on stage, like Mean Mug and She's Hot, you know what I'm saying, was definitely the two off the M.O.S 2 that I performed, you know what I'm saying. And what little do people know, She's Hot actually came from the Eve. This is why this is all important, you know what I'm saying, because a lot of people don't know that I was in the process of making the Eve as I was making M.O.S, because the Eve was like a way of relaxation, you know what I'm saying, because the M.O.S was like dedication, it was hardcore, it was really hard work, you know what I'm saying, even though the first one was trash and shit like that, but the second one was just classic, you know what I mean. To me, it was classic because it displayed that I could be on my gangster shit, and it displayed that I could still be creative, you know what I'm saying, and it displayed a certain kind of person in me, you know what I mean, and I was trying to transfer over, you know, to the wave of singing, the melodic, the melodies. I already seen that wave coming before the wave even got here, you know what I'm saying. And people was like, nah, man, you doing all that bubblegum shit. I remember I performed songs like She's Hot, you know what I'm saying, and people would look at me like, oh man, you doing that bubblegum rap and shit like that, you know what I mean. But I would perform a song like You Insane or Mean Mug, and people would love that shit, that gangster shit, because I was coming from a hood was gangster shit, so people didn't really understand when I did songs like She's Hot, you know what I'm saying. But that's a timeless song. That's a timeless song. You go back to She's Hot, you can listen to that song right now, because shit, everywhere you go, you talking about a bitch that's hot. Back then it wasn't really like that. You know what I mean? They didn't understand that shit. They wanted gangster hardcore shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I figure, this is very relevant. You know what I mean? M.O.S. Serious. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it just gave me that transfer over, especially when I came to M.O.S 3. It was already said and done. Actually, before I even made the M.O.S 3, the E was damn near completed. You know what I'm saying? It was already completed. You know what I mean? Because like I said, She's Hot, actually, people don't know, was like the first track ever made off of M.O.S 2, and was actually put on the Eve. It was put on the Eve, and it was put on M.O.S. I did it twice. The song was so fucking hot, I put it on 2 mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, this shit is fire. Like, I gotta put this shit on 2 of my mixtapes that I'm coming out with right now, because I was promoting the song so much. The song got like 15. Oh shit. Sorry, y'all. That's the audio. The song got like 15K, plays on YouTube, and like 100,000 play on SoundCloud. You know what I mean? So it was a hot song. Like, I had to put that shit out there more than once. It got mad downloads on Bandcamp. You know what I'm saying? It was beautiful. It was a beautiful song, and even though people shunned the song, it got so much recognition. It got so much play. It was the wave, and I feel like that song started the wave of what niggas is doing right now. Like I said, I have 15K on YouTube, 100,000 on SoundCloud. Probably one of the first SoundCloud rappers to hit 100,000 plays, you know what I'm saying, at that era, at that time, you know what I'm saying. And you know what I mean, got little bullshit recognition and shit, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, the Eve was very important, you know what I'm saying. But the M.O.S is very important of making the Eve, you know what I'm saying, because once I found my sound, I couldn't just leave M.O.S alone because I found my sound probably at the bottom of M.O.S too, doing songs like She's Hot, Resentful, you know what I mean, Woke Up, doing these melodic songs like that on M.O.S too. Helped me transfer over to, because my flows was crazy, so it helped me transfer over to M.O.S 3, you know what I'm saying, which was nothing but auto tune at this point, nothing but melodic sounds, nothing but melodic rapping, nothing but singing and screaming on the fucking track, just doing crazy, outrageous shit. You know what I mean? So that's why you got songs like Rich Poor, you know what I mean, off of M.O.S 2. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, I figured out how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Rich Poor would have been on M.O.S 3 with along with Dilla's Bad, but I couldn't. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the M.O.S 2 had to have this, you know what I mean, on there because this is what brought out the Eve, you know what I'm saying? Because once I did Rich Poor, I'm already working on the Eve. I'm already working on this, auto tune sounds and shit like that. I'm doing songs with Resi, Let Me Know, Climax, and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Those are like the first songs on the Eve. Respect That. You know what I'm saying? Vegas Love. You know what I'm saying? Gilly Hicks. You know what I'm saying? We just doing shit like that, little petty shit like that. You know what I mean? And at this and those songs were like singing song, melodic, happy songs, you know what I mean, like bright songs. They didn't really have like a dark vibe as M.O.S did, the first M.O.S and M.O.S 3. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think M.O.S 3 too, it helped me, you know what I mean, find a way of my style, you know what I'm saying? M.O.S 3 definitely did, but the E was the light, you know what I mean, because there was so much evil and hateful shit going on that I was able to dish out like a beautiful rainbow of cloud of beautiful shit when I made the Eve. Classic album, classic mixtape. I don't even think, even to this day, the Eve was beautiful. Audio was done very well. You know what I mean? Not very, very well, but it was done good at the time. I did, like I said, I did it all myself. I did all the audio myself. Did all the auto tune shit myself. Did all the songs, wrote everything. The whole Eve, first Eve, I wrote that myself. You know what I'm saying? So M.O.S 3 came out, you know what I'm saying, and it was a bunch of beautiful records, you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean, from top to bottom, classic, you know what I'm saying. So the M.O.S series, my favorite M.O.S would be number 3, obviously, you know what I'm saying, and I think number 2 would display a lot of my rapping, and number 1, but the audio is trash. Number 1, I wouldn't really reckon nobody go to that, but it's out there, you know what I mean. It's out there. I can't say it's not, you know what I mean. It's embarrassing, but it's out there. You can go find it, and it got downloads too, you know what I mean. It got plays and got views and shit, but you know what I mean. Like I said, the E3 best shit ever made, you know what I mean, and it came, from a soulful place, you know what I mean, a soulful place in my heart. So when I made M.O.S 3, I made the Eve, you know what I'm saying, and it was just beautiful. Yeah, thank y'all for that late ass clap, bitch. Something wrong with you motherfucking shit. But anyway, y'all welcome to Dilla's room, man. This Dilla, man, and basically breaking y'all down on M.O.S series and the Eve one, you know what I'm saying. I'm almost finished through it, you know what I mean, because we pretty much ran through how I made the first M.O.S mixtape from this part 2 M.O.S to Mondo Site 2. The audio got better, and then now just the melodic sound got completely different. I finally found my sound, you know what I mean. So I came out with M.O.S 3, and I just put that shit together beautifully, you know what I'm saying. It was like probably one of my best rapping melodic mixtapes ever. It was M.O.S 3, you know what I'm saying, to me, you know what I mean. It was beautiful bars, melodic sounds. It was just beautiful. I had a lot of fun doing M.O.S 3, but it was still a lot of work, hard work, dedication. So the Eve to me was like my relaxation feel, where I could just get meditation, just get that harmony sound, you know what I mean, get that relaxful shit that was going on, you know what I'm saying. And it was beautiful, you know what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, it still comes from an evil place, you know what I'm saying. It still came from a hateful time, you know what I'm saying, where I was dealing with a lot of drama and issues. So, like when you heard the Eve, I was in a relationship, so you would think, how are you in a relationship where you talking about all these bitches and shit like that? Well, in my mind back then, you know what I'm saying, I was like 15, 16, 17, 18, whatever. my mom back then, you know what I'm saying, I would create a bitch, you know what I'm saying? Like the bitch I was with was not the bitch that I wanted to be with. So I would use my music to create that bitch, you know what I'm saying? To create a certain kind of woman and shit like that, you know what I mean? To create, that girl. And I think that kind of set me out of my ways to actually want to find better bitches that I actually cared about, you know what I mean? So like doing shit like the Eve and doing shit like M.O.S 3, you know what I'm saying? The experience of doing that shit, was writing about the women that I was with, you know what I mean? Rapping about women that I knew, and rapping about bitches that I did want to be with, or rapping about, my bitch being a different bitch, you know what I'm saying? It was a beautiful, things. I realized that I could use my words as a paintbrush, you know what I mean? I didn't need to actually draw out the things. I could use my words as a paintbrush, you know what I'm saying? I could really just get on here and create a whole art with my voice, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I did, you know what I mean? I created special times where I felt good listening to these songs on the atmosphere, you know what I mean? Because I probably came up with a song while I was on a bus. I probably came up with a song when I was at work. I probably came up with a song when I was on break. I probably came up with a song when I was looking at such and such, doing such and such. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these songs were beautiful when I came out with these songs. And my inspiration for a lot of them were women anyway, you know what I mean? Because I just love women, you know what I mean? I just wanted to be around a woman who just made me feel good, you know what I'm saying? It was something about that, you know what I mean? It just made me feel good, made me feel like I was in a music video, made me feel like I was in the, Saturday Night Live skit, you know what I mean? It was just beautiful, you know what I'm saying? So I would write these songs to capture these moments like a picture, you know what I mean? Literally, I didn't have a camera to take the picture of it, so I would use the song to capture the picture, the memory of what happened that day, what happened that night, and you know what I'm saying, there forth and so forth and so forth and so forth, you know what I mean? And it just became, you know, a beautiful thing, you know what I mean? Once I learned how to use the M.O.S and the Eve as an art tool, you know what I'm saying? For all the bad shit I was going through, and all the infidelity and all the foul shit I probably was doing and shit like that. You know what I mean? It brought out a beautiful light in me, you know what I'm saying? And that's how you came up with the Eve, you know what I'm saying? And it was a real beautiful mixtape, you know what I'm saying? And thanks to M.O.S 3, helping me find my sound, was like the first mixtape was Playground, you know what I mean? It helped me put together a real solid piece, you know what I'm saying, of work that I'm proud of to this day, you know what I'm saying? I'm not so much proud of the first M.O.S, but I had to put it out there because I put number 2 and number 3. I couldn't just leave number 1 out there, and I really kind of did leave number 1 in the dark, but I couldn't really leave it in the dark because it just couldn't stay in the dark because it was part of a story. You know what I mean? The Mondo site was part of a story. It was part of, like, your struggle. You know what I mean? You not knowing how to record a song. You not knowing how to engineer the song to find the right sound to the caterings that you trying to, the notes, the harmonies and shit like that. It was all very important, and M.O.S taught me a lot of that shit. So the Eve came out beautifully, you know what I'm saying? And now the Eve has its own series, you know what I'm saying? We got 1, 2, and 3 now, you know what I'm saying? And that's all out on the internet, you know what I mean? It's all beautiful, you know what I'm saying? And it's all, you know what I mean? It's all just, a great way of doing things, you know what I'm saying? And I'm glad, I'm proud of myself for putting this shit out there, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad for y'all listening, staying tuned to this podcast, and understanding why Dilla wrote these music for women and only about women, and wrote the music about his experiences and his life, and only about his experiences life, whether it was fabricated or real. It was a perfect picture that I painted because I'm an artist, and once I understood that, was mind over sight, you know what I mean? Because I understood, it's not about what you see, what you hear, it's about what you know and what you can create with your mind, you understand? So Mind of Sight was very important gateway to all the mixtapes. You know what I mean? One of the foundation, one of the fathers, founding fathers of all my series. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't call it my best series, but I would call it my best series. You understand? I wouldn't call it, but I would call it one of my best series because it just brought out a different light in me. But the Eve probably is my favorite series, along with Local Girl. You know what I'm saying? But y'all stay tuned for Dilla's Room. talking about the breakdown of my mixtapes. Cause I got a lot of them, 007, you know what I mean, and I'm gonna break them all down for you. You know what I'm saying? But this one I broke down between M.O.S and the Eve and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So, if y'all enjoyed this podcast and y'all definitely want to hear me break down more of my mixtapes, more stories and shit like that, y'all, leave a comment down on YouTube. I don't know if this really gonna go on YouTube, but y'all could I don't know if y'all could comment on iTunes and Spotify. I'm not sure what y'all could do, but y'all can email me. Y'all can tweet me. Y'all can tweet me. Y'all can email me. DillaHans@gmail.com. You can tweet me at SukiHans or DillaHans or at also DillaHans. We don't have Facebook. We have Pinterest. You could Pinterest me maybe on DillaHans. I don't really check that, so I wouldn't do it. But email me for sure at DillaHans, gmail.com, or comment on one of my YouTube pictures or one of my YouTube songs. I mean, one of my YouTube podcasts. I'm sorry, so I got songs too. Y'all go check for them songs too. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to listen to Dilla music? Y'all go check for them songs too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really gonna get on here and play all the music and shit like that, but y'all go check for them songs too. You know what I'm saying? It's very important for the breakdown of the shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I was going through a lot. You know what I'm saying? And also let me know if y'all want me to break down like each song, like from one song to every song, because every song got its own story too of why it came out and shit like that. But right now I'm just pretty much giving you the Eve, letting you know why it came out, you know what I mean, do the evil and shit like that. I'm gonna get more in depth on the Eve too, you know what I'm saying, like the Eve 2, 3, and the whole series. I'm gonna get y'all the whole series. I'm gonna get more in depth into the Eve series, but you know what I mean, I just wanted to basically throw the first Eve in there because it was very important to how the M.O.S was made, and M.O.S 3 was made, and why I wanted to transfer over to what I did now. You know what I'm saying? So this is Dilla's Room. Welcome to Dilla's Room podcast. Y'all go subscribe to YouTube. Y'all go check me out on iTunes and all that shit. I'm out.